Alright, we back. Look, this time, in the past week of me playing with early access, I done found my unexpected sleeper pick, Paulo Costa. Good pick in middleweight. He's in light heavyweight. Pretty much using him consistently. He can box well, but above all else, he has Reaper and he has really good kicks. Now, I will say this. I ducked into an Alex uppercut. That's bad business. But Alex is kind of a superhero in this game, so take this with a grain of salt. Anybody you use, if you've been playing this game against even a decent Alex, you'll probably get dropped once just because he's hard to hurt, and he has 100 power with 96 speed in his hands, and he has like 97 speed in his kicks with, I believe, like 99 power. But it doesn't matter because Paulo Costa can also grapple. Has like a 90 submission offense, has good rear naked chokes, has, I believe, decent arm bars because his base was grappling. He started as a grappler, and then he found his power in boxing later, kind of like Ilya, but on a bigger scale. Now, you always take fights where they're easiest. You do not get back up with Alex. You just sub him, and boom, you get a win. Nice and effective. So we're gonna go to the next fight. On the next fight, right, we have a Rampage Jackson. Now, people tend to use Rampage to throw a bunch of power at you. They don't want to do anything. They get their hooks off and sometimes throw high kicks. But mostly, if he gets to the ground, they like to ground and pound you because he has good ground striking too. So, I just need to avoid him, stay at my range, which is kicking range. Rampage can't kick with you. Paulo Costa, literally, in his last fight, kicked and broke Bull's arm and then just kept blasting him and landed the KO. Because he is a very, very powerful kicker. In my opinion, I believe whenever they get that first patch out, they should, since this is good stats for everybody, his power and his kick should be like 98. Because he's proven that he hits like a truck with his kicks like that. I believe it's 95 right now, but it should be a little bit higher. Because at his peak in these games, I believe he used to have like 97 power in his hands and 98 power in his kicks. So it should be around there. But for some reason, when his game dropped, some people drop with like their initial stats from UFC 5 as the base stats on this game, and really it should be like their end game stats from UFC 5 in my opinion. That's why people like my Carlos Prates, which is another video coming up soon, he has his 98 power, but for some reason with one of the updates they took his back tattoo off, and they I don't think he has the same punch speed or the same kick speed from the end of UFC 5. But I got dropped, tried to overextend with a kick. There's longer recovery frames on this game. See, in UFC 5, you used to be able to blast stuff like that and then just duck. But on this game, the recovery frames are longer, which is something I'm getting used to. So you can't always just duck. You have to be more aware of where your ranges are, finding your kick distance, and last but not least, get to the body with those kicks or get to the head. But if you whiff them, a head kick counter will come back at you if the person is aware enough to throw it, and it's very, very hard to stay out of range of those. So if there is a way to get your block up, cool, but more often than not, you're not going to be able to just duck things anymore. Now, as you can see, Paulo Costa has good body hooks as well. So your whole game plan with him is really to work the body, because he doesn't have the best cardio. I believe it's like a 91 or 92, something like that. But if you get to their cardio and you blast body kicks, right, and then you get Reaper, you get to your flow state, and next thing you know, with Reaper and Tiger, your hooks and your roundhouses to the body, their stamina will be gone and their body damage will be low. So when you have both of those things working for you, their punches, I believe the more damage they have and the less stamina they have, the less damage they do to you with their punches, right? So on top of that, your punches will do more to the body because they have less stamina and a lower body health. But your punches to the head will also do more damage, punches and kicks, because they have less stamina. And the less stamina you have, the less durability you have, the more damage you have coming back at you. So it's good to know and stay aware that when you get people's stamina low and damage certain spots, that's where you attack. If you cut them over like their left eye, you throw your right hook at it, and it gives you a damage boost. I believe it's like 10% when you hit on the cuts. So things like that are things to stay aware of to make sure that you keep your offense in the spots it needs to be at, and you can make the fights easier for yourself. As long as you're making the fights easier for yourself, you'll win even more. Right now, I believe my win percentage is sitting at like 85. I'm trying to get it back up to 90%, but again, just following simple tips, tricks, like ideas, the main things will keep you at a good winning rate. And honestly, make sure you don't lose the people you don't lose to, or you shouldn't lose to. Now right here, look at him. He starts overextending with double hooks, and he's doing what? He's doing major lunges, and boom. He throws an ill-advised head kick. We duck it because it's not set up, it's out of range, and it's Rampage Jackson. And we throw the right hand, and boom, we KO him. Another easy fight. And that's all you have to do to keep it simple.
You ready? Ready. Do it.
Now, as I said, he is a light heavyweight pick, but he's also a middleweight pick. If you want to be a little bit risky, Izzy's are really fast, but if you fight people like Evolves, I've found it's easy to get them off. I can fight Stricklands with Paulo Costa, no problem. And then when I get the light heavyweight, just getting your Reaper, which also works on leg kicks, roundhouses to the body, and roundhouses to the head. So all those things are good. Now right there, what did I try to do that you should probably never do? In real life as well. I got in the pocket because I got a little overconfident because my kicks were landing, right? And I started pocket boxing with Yuri Prochazka. You should never do that. Yuri Prochazka has skull made of stone, alright? And he has super durability, and he has a lot of power, and he has custom hooks and custom uppercuts, and I promise you, he will use them. So, we go back to what we're doing. We set up with lead body roundhouses when we're in kick range. We feint them a little bit, because what are you noticing? You're noticing Yuri likes to throw a lot of round strikes. This Yuri is throwing hooks and uppercuts. So if we can land that body roundhouse, he's going to throw like a jab or a straight when we're really far. But more often than not, when we're even slightly close, uppercut, hook, uppercut, hook. So if you can time that and find a way to either kick in between the uppercut and hook, or you can pull it and then boom, counter with an uppercut of your own. And then boom, get a roundhouse to him. And then another switch kick, because they're all round strikes, right? And now you have a drop. You see how that works? You see how that works? So you paid attention to what they throw, you pull back, you get your counter, and then, of course, when you hurt people to the head, they don't want to get hit to the head anymore. So you can fire off your 95, which is 95 speed, 95 power, roundhouses to the body, and they have high move levels. I believe they're like level 4 or 5. So that's also going to help you just get to your drops better. Now, we're going to throw a lot more straights because we can slow down, and we're controlling the distance because we have the knockdown, so we're controlling the round as well. And we're going to throw some feints at him and see what he does. Now, we threw a what? A teep. We threw a teep feint, and he started evading left and right with major lunges, which means we can set up our roundhouses again, and he might lunge into one of them, and next thing you know, you get another drop. Now, he's looking for something, so you can sometimes double up, which is something I like to do. I've been doing it for years playing these games, because most people don't do that. Same side combinations, which is left jab, left hook, left jab, left uppercut, left body roundhouse, like things like that. Because in the community, what is it common to do? It's common to alternate. People don't throw left jab, or not left jab, but jab, left hook with their left hand, and then follow it with another left strike. What do people normally do? They throw jab, cross, jab, rear hook, jab, uppercut, which are alternating sides. So it's left, right, or right, left, right, left. Like, so those things are sneaky things that can help you get more offense off because they're not as common. Most people don't look for those things. That's why when you go up against what seems to be higher competition, they do things you don't see as often, and that also makes it harder to beat them. That's why. If you really pay attention to what people are doing against you, you'll notice it's the little things. It's not, oh, he stepped back and hit me with a wheel kick because he's so good. No, it's he managed distance, and I was really struggling to find my range, and he kept hitting me when I couldn't hit him and I couldn't find him. Boom. That's why higher level fights seem more difficult. It's the little things. Now, again, we get here with Paulo Costa. Again, what are our perks? Tiger and Reaper. Those are your main perks you want to work off of. Now, you have 5, but all perks are not created equal. I will say you really want to work off Tiger and Reaper. Roundhouse kicks or rounded kicks and your hooks. And right here, again, boom, he can grapple. So right here, you have your submission counter with the guillotine. You hold R2, L2, and when they go up, you flick the right stick up by holding R2 and L2, and you jump on the guillotine from sprawl. And again, we landed. So when you land that, right, you land a guillotine or a choke, it brings down their stamina. And again, we slip off the center line. We get to our rear. We get to our counters, which are powerful strikes. They're rounded strikes. And next thing you know, what? We're looking for rounded kicks. Now, right there, he did duck it, but he's so hurt, I wasn't scared of him just firing back on me. But right here, we don't want to be on the fence because Yuri has Hunter. So when you are on the fence, he gets better movement, better power, and I believe better footwork as well. Everything goes up when you're against the fence, and it just helps him. And it helps put his flow state up. You don't want to do that. So you never want to be behind the black line or against the fence with Yuri. Now right there, we duck, but we don't counter. We see an uppercut, we pull, but we don't counter. We're trying to throw his timing off. Because if you counter every single time somebody comes back at you, they're going to start timing that. And they can throw a feint, and then they know you're going to come back with an uppercut, and they can counter that. So, again, right here, I'm just switching up the timing of my kicks and what kicks I'm throwing. They're not all rounded. Again, I see him go for a high kick. We duck it. We're trying to get to the body. I'm not doing anything. I don't want to overextend, so I'm just going to take my time and pick my shots. I'm going to pop shot. And right there, boom, land a roundhouse. You hold R1. You flick the right stick up. You get the stat guard. You ran some punches down, and the fight is over. And that's how you use Jerry Prochazka. I mean, that's how you defeat Jerry Prochazka. That's how you use Paulo Costa. And that's why he's one of my sleeper picks in the division right now, especially on UFC 6. So go out there, use him, have fun. And that's the end of the video. Like, subscribe, share the video, and tune in for the next one. I got more coming, and just stay tuned. I'm hoping to gain more viewers and grow the channel. I'm out.